The Dragon's Lair. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a small village at the foot of a tall mountain. This mountain was said to be home to a fierce dragon that guarded a great treasure. Many brave warriors had tried to defeat the dragon and claim the treasure, but none had returned. One day, a young boy named Jack decided he was going to try to defeat the dragon and claim the treasure. His parents tried to dissuade him, but Jack was determined. He packed some food and water and set out on his journey. As Jack climbed the mountain, he encountered many obstacles. The path was steep and treacherous, and he had to climb over rocks and fallen trees. He also had to cross a deep ravine using a rope bridge that swayed back and forth in the wind. After a long and exhausting climb, Jack finally reached the dragon's lair. The dragon was sleeping, so Jack crept past him and found the treasure. It was a huge pile of gold and jewels that sparkled in the dim light. Just as Jack was about to take some treasure and leave, the dragon woke up and roared. Jack was terrified, but he remembered a trick his grandfather had taught him. He pulled out a flute and began to play a soft melody. To his surprise, the dragon calmed down and lay down again. Feeling relieved, Jack picked up a small bag of gold and started to leave. But as he turned to go, he noticed the dragon had something stuck in his paw. Jack realized he couldn't just leave the dragon in pain, so he approached him carefully and pulled out the thorn. The dragon was grateful and surprised Jack by giving him the entire pile of treasure. Jack was thrilled, and he thanked the dragon before leaving the mountain. When Jack arrived back at his village, his parents and the villagers were amazed by the treasure he had brought back. Jack became a hero, and the village prospered from the wealth he had brought back. From that day forward, Jack visited the dragon's lair every month. He would bring food and water for the dragon and play his flute for him. The dragon would lie down and let Jack clean his scales, and they became great friends. Jack was happy knowing that he had not only gained treasure but a loyal friend as well. One day, while Jack was playing his flute, the dragon suddenly woke up and roared. Jack was terrified, but he quickly realized that the dragon was in pain. The dragon had a large thorn stuck in its foot. Jack approached the dragon carefully and examined its foot. The thorn was deep, and Jack knew he needed to remove it quickly. He carefully pulled the thorn out, and the dragon let out a sigh of relief. The dragon was grateful to Jack for removing the thorn and said he wanted to repay him for his kindness. Jack didn't want anything in return, but the dragon insisted. He told Jack that there was a magic flower that grew on the other side of the mountain. This flower had healing powers and could cure any illness. Jack knew that this flower could be very useful to the people of his village, so he decided to set out on a new adventure. He thanked the dragon and set out on his journey. This time, the journey was even more treacherous than before. Jack had to navigate through a dense forest and cross a raging river. He also encountered a group of bandits who tried to steal his supplies. Despite these obstacles, Jack finally reached the other side of the mountain and found the magic flower. He carefully picked it and started his journey back home. On his way back, Jack encountered a group of travelers who were sick with a terrible illness. Remembering the healing powers of the flower, Jack gave them some of the petals, and they were miraculously cured. When Jack returned to his village, he shared the magic flower with everyone, and it became known throughout the land as the flower of healing. People came from far and wide to get the magic flower, and the village became famous for its miraculous healing powers. Jack was hailed as a hero once again, and he realized that his adventure had not only brought wealth but had also brought a gift of healing to his people. From that day forward, Jack continued to visit the dragon's lair and help anyone in need. He had not only gained treasure and a loyal friend but also the satisfaction of helping others. The dragon continued to be Jack's loyal friend and protector, and he was always there to help whenever Jack needed him. The village prospered, and the people were happy and healthy. Jack knew that he had made the right choice in befriending the dragon and embarking on his adventure. And so, Jack and the dragon lived happily ever after, surrounded by love, friendship, and the magic flower that brought healing to all who needed it.